You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Joel, but I have lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
Hello, and welcome to another rousing episode of OMGame Boy, a mini bite-sized podcast from What the Famicom. I'm your host, Nick Tendo, aka Nick Pascal.
I'm Dan, aka Dandro Pascal.
Nice. Good use. Today
Yep.
we're going to talk about the hit phenomenon is it a video game? Is it TV? Oh
Listen,
my God.
everyone's been waiting for the past 5 years. Everyone's been writing in to us and saying when are you guys going to talk about The Last of Us?
Yeah.
They're it's the greatest game ever made. Now it's the greatest show ever made. Why don't you guys finally reveal what your thoughts are? And here we are. We're going to give our thoughts on this phenomenon.
The Last of Us? This is going to be The Last of Gus.
Well, I can't believe you just said that because I was actually going into what I was going to talk about. So the reason why I wanted to do this episode was because I'm going to just give you a timestamp. I'm going to catch you in 4K.
Okay.
So on January 30th,
Okay.
12:10 a.m. Wow,
Okay.
you were up late texting this, tweeting this? This
okay,
is sick.
dude. Okay, yeah.
You wrote, okay, I got to watch The Last of Us, but what about The Last of Gus? And it's just the hedgehog or whatever from the lottery commercials getting mauled by zombies.
Would have been very funny.
So
I
if
came
you
up
live
with
in
that idea. Is what I was
Pennsylvania,
thinking.
Gus is a groundhog. He promotes our lottery in Pennsylvania.
Keep on scratching.
Yeah. Wow, that was
the groundhog.
Weirdly good.
Was it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get
So
sued.
you tweeted this and I saw
I
it.
did.
And I immediately got mad because it was a joke I tweeted 5 years ago.
I did not know this. Okay, now I guess
So
my
I
memory is
screenshotted
in
it.
question. Okay.
What were you gonna say?
My memory wasn't in question last episode. Now all of a sudden it is in question. Okay.
I get to pick. So at 5:43 p.m.
Mhm.
on September 24th, 2019,
God damn it.
I tweeted, The Last of Us should be remade as The Last of Gus, and it's about Gus, the Pennsylvania lottery groundhog, and his trek through a dead world void of scratch-offs.
That's really good.
Yeah, and you stole my thing, and
I didn't know I stole your joke.
you're such a joke thief.
Oh, stop. This is a long recurring thing between us that no one listening has any idea.
That we steal each other's jokes?
Well, no, that we don't want to ever steal a joke. I think that's the
Oh,
one
it's
thing-
embarrassing when you find out that you stole a joke.
Yeah, no one, there's people that actually steal jokes or steal clout or steal whatever, and they're okay with it. Me and you have this thing where I think if we did get caught stealing it, it would be totally by accident.
I would never
super
leave my
embarrassing.
house because it would make me I would be so embarrassed though. Every episode that we do, whenever I make up a name, I always search thoroughly if that name's ever been used, if it's ever a pun. Because then it makes me know oh my God, that's actually I'm glad that I'm the only one that thought of this joke or this name. Because sometimes I've looked and I thought of a name and I would find it on Spotify and I'd be I would roll my eyes and be oh, this episode probably sucks anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm trying to think. I don't search for anything, so I just really pray that I don't repeat my own jokes. I'm sure I do at some point. And there it is. I probably subconsciously took in your joke 5 years later, spit it back out. See that? And I was really mad too when you sent that to me. I thought it was a Photoshop of you pretending you made
I
the joke
got
earlier. And
I didn't get mad when I saw that. I was he's done for. His Twitter career is fucking over.
It is. It's already over.
So anyway, Last of Us. You're probably tuning in. You're hey, these guys are already a couple minutes in. Why aren't they talking about The Last of Us?
We are. Well,
here's the twist. I played the game years ago. I don't watch the show. Nick watches the show and never played the game. And guess what? Spoiler, I thought the game was just fine.
Okay.
It wasn't a 10 out of 10. It wasn't amazing. After I finished it, I was oh, that was fine. And then I see it everywhere the past, I think I played it the year it came out. I borrowed it off my brother. And I was oh, okay, there's some good performances. It just seemed like every other normal game to me at the time. And then over time, everyone's oh, there's a remaster. Oh, there's Last of Us Part 2. And I'm who the fuck cares? Make another Willy Beamish. Make another Darksiders. Another.
What's your favorite one that's for PlayStation games where he's an adventurer like Indiana Jones?
Oh, Uncharted.
Yeah, I thought it was the same game as Uncharted. Back in 2000, whenever they both came out.
You didn't play it.
I didn't play either, and I conflated the two games as the exact same thing. I was oh, that's cool, a little action-y type game. There's zombies or something or treasure.
And there was, and they actually made an Uncharted movie, and everyone hated it.
Interestingly enough.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just about a guy and his daughter surviving the zombie apocalypse.
Okay. And there's not even zombies.
Correct. But
Yes.
I mean, just going by with the picture, the cover.
So as of today, how many episodes are there of the show?
3. They just did the big gay episode, which was really, really, really
You can't
good.
say that. Don't say it like that. He said it aggressive. I apologize for anyone.
I didn't say it aggressive. It was one of my favorite episodes. I loved it. It was really good.
I'm trying to cancel you, man.
Well, no. So there's the backlash the other way where everyone's like, I can't believe they made this woke. And like,
Well, that's so funny.
Mhm.
I remember enough about the game, but I do remember that the guy that the main character goes to meet, you find out he was with his partner was a guy. And there's even
real?
like, yeah, like it's.
I had no idea. I thought maybe it was created just for this. So okay.
No, it's in the game, but it's not like a huge deal. Like nobody says like, oh my God, you were with a husband. Like, because nowadays you shouldn't do that.
Right.
But I remember when that episode you just said came out last week, everyone was throwing a hissy fit. And I'm like, what? Did you not play the, like, first off, it's 2023. Who fucking cares? Secondly, it's in the game. You can't get mad about that.
That is wild. No, I think this one was what do they call it? There's a new word for it.
It's called a bottle episode.
Yeah. Well, wait, what was the word? Bottle,
where it's like a self-contained episode that's like doesn't really move the plot forward, but it's like a contained thing.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day they used to do that, where I remember in Full House they did that because they got caught. They got trapped in a garage.
Oh, that's a bottle episode. Okay.
That's the only one I can remember. And I didn't even love Full House.
I feel like Lost had bottle episodes a lot.
Yeah, maybe. Where it was like probably a story, like one episode was about a
background. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I cried.
Wow. And I didn't
like,
even
a tear, but it was like
I didn't even cry during the game.
Well,
am I heartless?
No, I was just gonna say I feel like can video games be as sad as TV shows or movies? I feel like they can.
So I'll counter that because I played Red. Do you care if I spoil stuff?
No. Which one?
Red Dead 2 or whatever? I played Red Dead 2 like 4 years after it came out. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my God, Red Dead spoiler, like go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Tell them.
I played it and the main character gets tuberculosis, I think. Yeah, like someone coughs in his, like I was coughing earlier. Someone coughs in his face. Yeah. And he gets tuberculosis. I'm pretty sure that was it. If I'm wrong about that. But it was like an old-timey thing, and he slowly dies throughout the game, and he winds up dying. And it's like really sad because he knows he's dying, and he goes out like guns blazing, like fighting the bad guy, and he like passes out on grass, and it's like really sad. And so like I kind of cried at that part because like Red Dead, you're playing literally like thousands of hours in that game.
Yeah.
So I like dedicated like months just being this guy. So when he died, I'm like, oh no, he's actually dead. Like
it was actually sad.
And there's no DLC. Like they don't.
So wait, what happens? You can't go back and keep playing in the world?
You can, but you play as another character.
Oh, okay.
When he dies, you take over another person.
Okay.
But like, so that guy's like dead, and I'm glad they don't bring him back in any form. Like, which I always found like that doesn't like. There's a multiplayer in Red Dead, which I always thought wasn't weird because it's the Wild West, whatever. Yeah. But there's a multiplayer for The Last of Us. Did you know that?
No.
So in the original Last of Us, there was a multiplayer mode where you're like on different teams and you're going after the clickers, which are the bad guys, like the zombies or the infected, whatever they are. And I always thought that like diminished its seriousness.
Yeah, I guess so. That's kind of goofy.
That's like making like a Schindler's List game and saying like, hey, there's DLC.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But then they say like, oh no, Steven Spielberg wrote the DLC. Like, who fucking cares?
Right, like who does care? I don't care who made it. It's still goofy.
Yeah. So anyway, Last of Us, C-, I think.
The game?
Everything about it.
Oh, I'm not
gonna watch the show. No, I have to hate it, dude.
Why? Just because it's popular?
Yeah.
It's really well done. And like well acted. And well writtenish. And
I haven't I haven't seen anything bad about it.
Watching it is weird because I never played the game, but I can see parts that are video gamey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name drop here, dude. I was messaging someone, Babs. We'll call them B. So and so dot, right?
Well, you said her name first, and then you did ... So
yeah, it's fine. No one will know. And she was like, "You should." I'll do her voice. You should watch it. It was a good game, and something like that. And I was like, "Okay, that's fair."
We've heard her talk. That's not how.
I know. I can't do a good girl impression.
Okay.
But we were going back and forth, and she's like, "You'll be able to tell where the game seems like it's like the movie is like the game." And I was like, "Oh." But you watch and there's like real-time events that happen, but it's like they have to make it look seamless. Like a car will ram
so
into another car.
in the game there's probably press X button to jump.
Yes, and it's so funny to me because I'm seeing it as like a gamer watching a show, and it's like wild because it's like it splits them up and they can't talk to each other. It's like, I'll look around, see if you can find me, and I'm like, of course. And also like just I can tell the way it's shot. Like certain scenes feel like it's like where a camera is behind you, sort of. I don't know. It just feels like video gamey, but I think it's really, really well done. That's
so compared to,
you should watch it.
I'll watch it like 10 years from now. I'll watch it 10 years from now,
fine.
And I'll be like, oh, hey, I discovered this. It's really good.
Yeah.
I'll say, so how do you think this compares to one of the first video game adaptations, Mortal Kombat? Like compare this to Mortal Kombat, the movie.
Opposites, but both are A+.
That's the answer I wanted.
Okay, because I mean, totally different reason that it's an A+, different A+. But yeah.
And another funny thing is too, the first game's been re-released and remastered like 6 times. Like it got remastered like a couple years after it came out.
When did the game come out? What year?
2013.
Oh, okay.
So then it got remastered and then it got put on the PS5. Like it's literally been re-released. It's like Skyrim. There's like 5 re-releases, and I've had no intention. I'm probably the only person on the planet that has no intention to ever go back and play it.
I might not play it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's different. Like you, and you're also getting another form of it in the media.
Right. I'm watching the story unfold.
Listen.
So hold on. So I didn't realize they're not zombies, right? This is important because I did my deep clean yesterday. I didn't tell you. It's mold.
Oh, okay.
It's a parasite. It's like fungus is like growing in people. Spoiler alert. And it makes them zombified essentially. And it's because it's not a bacteria or a virus. There's no way we can fight it. And it takes over the world and blah, blah, blah. And, guess forward. I deep clean my apartment once a month. I've only lived here for 2 months, and I never did the in the sink, the little pop-up thing that stops whatever from going down.
The drain thing.
Yeah, the drain thing.
Yeah.
I picked it up yesterday for the first time since I lived here. White, clear, weird mold.
Oh my God. You're patient zero in The Last of Us.
All through. So I put it on TikTok. It's my most viewed video. I got 1,500 views.
No, it isn't.
I swear to God, yeah. And
Did I like it yesterday? Did I even comment on it?
No, I just put it up like this morning or last night, but it's already got 1,500 views. And I even wrote in it, Last of Us vibes, get it? Mold vibes or something like that. And it's
of course it's a hit TikTok now. You like mentioned something popular.
I don't think it's in the video. I don't think it's in the description at all. And someone wrote baking soda and vinegar, then hot water. And then someone else wrote, yeah, do it. And I like Googled it. And baking soda and vinegar makes it like a volcano. I don't know if it's like a joke or not. So now what I would want to do in real life, I want Pedro Pascal, if he's listening. I don't know if he listens or whatever. Handsome gentleman. Love the way he looks.
He's a daddy.
Zaddy.
Yeah.
I want him to come to my house and help me do the baking soda and vinegar in my drink.
Okay.
Do you think he'll do it?
He's not busy right now. They're done filming, probably.
That's it.
Oh, and oh shit! You don't know anything about Last of Us Part 2, do you?
Whoa! What do you?
I didn't say anything. No.
Alert me.
No, I'm saying they're going to start filming.
Oh, really?
The second season is going to be Part 2.
Oh, I didn't.
So he is going to be busy.
Oh, geez, he is busy.
Yeah. Well, funny you say we say daddy and zaddy because I had 2 options for this episode.
Okay.
It was Last of Us, and I'm like, I don't know anything. I'll just let Ned talk. The second one was to talk about the Big Daddy from BioShock.
Oh, yeah.
The Big Daddy. My whole thing was I wanted to give him a makeover, and it was going to be called From Big Daddy to Zaddy.
So
we were going to dress up the Big Daddy from BioShock in like, a nice shirt. Like dress him up like Jeff Goldblum. I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Jeff Goldblum.
Sound like a great idea. Maybe we'll still do it. I don't know.
We could still flesh it out. Yeah. We'll see how that works.
See how we fleshed this one out? I barely talked about anything.
Yeah, I know. Also, I guess, is that a spoiler alert? Can I ruin it? What happens in the first 10 minutes of the game?
What? I know what happens here.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, well, I guess if you're listening to the Last of Us podcast, you probably know at least
we're officially a Last of Us podcast.
And we're Last
What the Last of Us.
Yeah. Yeah, like his daughter doesn't make it very far into the goddamn story.
Yeah. That's like literally like the first 5 minutes of the game, I think.
Yeah, which is crazy. I was like, okay, so this isn't about zombies and a guy and his daughter surviving. I was like, that changed pretty quickly.
Yeah, see, you're not a real you're not. You're like a fake. You're like a
famer. Say it. Say famer.
Oh my God, famer. Is that a real word?
No, I just made it up.
Yo, you're a famer.
Fake gamer.
Yo, holy shit. Everyone that listens to this podcast is a famer.
I'm the only one who's watching the new Last of Us material. I'm the only one who has the mold from the Last of Us in their house. I'm the only one who I probably am closer to Pedro Pascal than you somehow. Because he doesn't live in Philly. He's a suburb guy.
I was going to say I'm more Philly than you, but you're more Pedro Pascal than me.
I could take it. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I think that's perfect end to this episode. We barely. So it's us versus The Last of Us. Yeah, we didn't really talk about anything. So if anyone clicked on this and they're like, oh my God, Last of Us is in the title, and then they hear our opinions, well, they hear my opinion, they're like, who's this famer? You know?
No, I don't know.
Okay. So that's the episode. That's our Last of Us episode. We hope you enjoyed. I don't plan on playing the game again. I'll probably watch the show, and even if I do, like, start it now, I'm not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, you will tell me, and there's no way I can spoil it until our next recording.
Yeah, by the time it's funny because by the time this episode comes out, the series might be done.
Oh, so
might be like 2 or 3 more episodes.
Yo, I'm gonna watch episode 4 tonight. I don't know when, but
either way, good luck,
dude. I'm in, dude. I'm in.
That's the thing. I don't even remember like the story beats of the game. I think I remember just the very, very end of what happens. Yeah. So I can't even be like, oh, well, this happens where you're watching it. I'm like, it barely registered in my head.
Right.
Whatever, which maybe I am a fake gamer.
You're the famer. You're a fake movie person.
I'm a fake movie fan. I'm a fake gamer.
Yeah.
I play games that are like 15 years old, but not one
discovered Red Dead Redemption,
but not games that are acclaimed like The Last of Us. Yeah. I play like platformers like Banjo Kazooie too.
Yep, because you mentioned you wanted to kiss the girl. That's it.
In Banjo Kazooie, you can't kiss a girl.
The bird, Kazooie.
You said you wanted to fuck Kazooie.
I didn't say fuck. I said
okay, if you're listening to this episode, go back to the dating app episode. I mentioned how Kazooie's a girl, and
I said I would go on.
And if you watch the episode on YouTube,
his lips,
Nick starts licking his lips, and I say, "Please stop." And then he puts wax lips on, starts licking them, and I'm like, "Stop!"
Oh my God! Even perfect. When I look at Kazooie, I would see a turkey, like a bird roasted,
even though it's already a bird.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
All right, Last of Us, Fungi is bad. Last of Us is fine.
Like my TikTok video.
And the show is probably great. Go check out Nick's TikTok.
It's got fungus.
It's got fungus and views.
I'll share my TikTok. I'll share my everything. Just wait.
All right. Hey, and guess what? We went through this whole episode talking about mold and fungus, and I didn't cough once. Isn't that ironic?
Weird. Don't you think?
A little bit. Yeah, it's a little weird.
All
right. Well, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the Last of Us series. And what do they say what do they say in the game?
A game over, they say in Last of Us. It's
I thought they meant like, hey, we're a fun guy. Hey.
Oh yeah.
Gabagool, Last of Us. Hey, forget about it. Hey, I'm a clicker. Yo, look out. I'm clicking here.
An Italian fungus.
I'm clicking here. Watch out.
Okay. I'm ending it.
See you later, folks.
See ya.